Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Join me today as we talk for a few minutes, 7, about when your spiritual gas tank is empty. I hope this will be a word of encouragement today for you, especially if you don't have any juice left. If you feel like your heart is faint, then I'm going to turn our hearts towards Psalm 61 and Psalm 110. So today, if you're at the extremity of your soul, we're going to turn to somebody who's been there. So the psalmist in Psalm 61 is that person. Then we're also going to turn to the Christian community who are hopefully here with you now. So when you find yourself in circumstances that you may not prefer, let's go find these two psalms, Psalm 61 and Psalm 110. Psalm 61 starts, "Hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer. From the end of the earth, I call to you." That's how far away I feel like I am. "When my heart is faint." And then he says, "Lead me to the rock that is higher than I." So lead me to the rock. Let me take refuge a little bit later under your wings. You have been my refuge. You're going to hear my vows. You have me in this heritage of being in your family. You steadfastly receive my daily praise and my action. Okay, but I think the critical part, at least that I wanted to emphasize today that struck me is, when do I cry out from the ends of the earth? When my spirit does not have any juice left, when I'm at the extremity of my soul, when my gas tank is empty, when I'm in circumstances that I don't prefer. From there, I wail to you, I cry to you, I cry out, lead me to the rock. So Psalm 61 does not pull any punches, and when it is bad, it says to lead me to the rock. So today's other reminder is from Psalm 110 that describes a certain day, a day of God's wrath and God's power. It's the day when his mighty scepter goes forth and enemies are ruled upon, when rebellious kings are shattered and judgment and justice are achieved. So it's this psalm of prophecy looking ahead and power and judgment and future reign. So make no mistake, we wait here today. We do this active, spiritual, anticipatory waiting. But we're not going to wait for all days. There is a day of recompense. There is a day of wrath. God fixes everything. So in Psalm 110, it says, "From the womb of the morning, the dew of youth will be yours." The ESV notes say that the womb of the morning is this poetic expression maybe for the east, the dawn, where the dew appears, and this dew of your youth might be a poetic term for refreshment and implying that the king has this continual sources of fresh energy. So may you, the discouraged one, the one who's crying out from the ends of the earth, have it be in this womb of morning. May you have the spiritual dew of youth upon you. May you be refreshed in him. May you have the beauty and vigor of this renewed youth, like jumping on the bed. I'll tell you that story, repeat that story in a second. So I'm thinking of this day of weariness and despair, as we mentioned earlier in Psalm 61, and Psalm 10 is this prayer, this antidote to weariness. It's that the dew of youth would be yours. So I told the story of going over to my favorite 2.5-year-old's house, and I was anticipating doing some sedate activity like reading a book or something or building something. But no, I walk in the door and he says to me, "We're going to do some jumping." And for the next hour and a half, and I kid you not, he jumps on his bed. Very few interruptions, just does it straight. And that's the best picture of the dew of youth that I can give you. And the Lord says that he can and will restore the dew of youth to us on the day of his power. So spiritually, we can get revived and get this energy back, this fountain of spiritual youth. We can get the dew of youth renewed every morning. It's something that he has on offer for us. So I suppose it's not inappropriate for us to use this dew of youth to pray for the weary that we heard about in Psalm 61. And encourage them to hang on until the Lord comes and gets you, and hang on till he returns with the dew of youth. And may you have this sort of everlasting gobstopper of renewal that the dew of youth might bring. I think it's just a beautiful prayer. So the prayer today is that he would give you, particularly the weary and those that are crying out from the ends of the earth, this unlimited, revitalized, invigorated, recharged energy and enthusiasm. Psalm 61 describes this weary soul. Hear my cry. From the ends of the earth I call to you. My heart is faint. And then he says, lead me to the rock. So this isolation is also one of the problems. Who can you turn to? Who can you encourage? Is what I'm asking you. So maybe this is the day when you're the weary person, or if you're doing okay, then the onus is on you. Who can you turn to and intercede for and pray for the dew of youth if you're doing okay? And those, if you are out of gas, I hope you're out of gas in community, that the dew of spiritual youth could be offered to you. So he doesn't want us to stand aside. He wants us to stand in for those who have trouble crying out to God right now, the weary, the juiceless, those whose spiritual tank is empty. So pray that they can say, along with my favorite 2.5-year-old, today we're going to do some jumping, some spiritual jumping. So if that is you today, if you're spiritually weary and your tank is empty, cry out. That's a good first step. And if that's not you today, if you're not spiritually weary, if you do have some spiritual energy in your tank, then let's intercede for those that are. Let's cry out for them. Let's cry out this prayer that they would be able to do some spiritual jumping, that they would have a restoration of the dew of their spiritual youth. Thanks for listening.